Well, Peter, lovely to catch up, our fortnightly catch-up with PGG Wrightson, and I guess the weather's been the hot topic. It's been so, well, variable, hasn't it?
Yeah, it sure has. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I think when we spoke, it was nice, warm, beautiful day, sun shining. I suppose everyone thought spring's well and truly sprung, but yeah, certainly the last 10 days we've had some variable weather, heavy rain, rough weather, and temperatures dropped in parts of the country as well. So hopefully it's the last winter blast, but you never quite know, do you? In New Zealand, we sort of a long, narrow island. It doesn't take much to actually suddenly find we've got some rough weather again, that's for sure.
How have the sale yards been affected? I note a number have probably been holding back stock, thinking that the first flush of spring grass might be happening and they might hang on a bit longer.
Yeah, I think I was talking to one of our guys this morning actually, who's one's around about bigger regions, and he was saying that the numbers that they normally would get through in the first 2 weeks of October probably haven't quite been there, and part of it I think is change in the weather, farmers waiting for the grass to grow again. I mean, once you've taken stock right through the winter, you really want to maximise your value. So I would say there's a little bit of that. Also, I think that with the very high prices in August, particularly for lamb, a lot of farmers took advantage of that. So probably a little bit of holding back, and maybe a little bit also of stock being sold earlier. So, but prices remain strong. So I think farmers looking forward to a pretty good year.
The grass growth, at least, the new spring grass, if you like to call it that, and is that just a nice finisher? Do the livestock, does it really sort of react to good brand new grass?
Yeah, especially I mean the spring grasses can be a bit, I suppose to use a phrase, a bit too watery, a bit too much moisture in it, but you get good growth and sun on it. It is quality feed, really high quality, so you can put great weight gains on when you've got that sort of feed. And we're just seeing the 100 kilo calves come onto the market in real numbers. The market has eased back a wee bit in that space, which does surprise me, but I think that's just a numbers game. And also some of the areas that do buy large numbers of those calves probably still a bit short of feed. So again, talking to one of our agents yesterday in the Waikato, a lot of calves starting to come out, and as you said, it'd just be nice if there's a bit more grass in some of the areas that normally buy them. So I'm still predicting that there'll be a shortage of those 100 kilo calves later in the year, because certainly in parts of the country doesn't seem to be the numbers reared. So I would encourage people that are looking to buy those calves that they talk to their local PGW agent and either look to sign a forward contract, because we've got lots of contracts in the market, or if they prefer, get themselves along with some of these early sales, because as I say, I'm still predicting there will be a shortage of those cattle come December, January, early next year.
What about new season lambs? There's a lot of excitement about those coming through or starting to come through.
Yeah, lots of excitement about the price, Mark. I mean, sort of prices, unprecedented prices for lamb. I was looking at a very old article the other day where I think it was Fed Farmers were basically pushing $100 lamb. Have to have $100 lamb. Well, we've well and truly exceeded that the last couple of years. So. It's really good for our sheep guys to see these prices, and the international market outlook is still strong for at least for this year. So I think that's really good for the sheep guys to actually be getting a payback for a lot of hard work and also perseverance as well.
I remember a few years ago the Federated Farmers had the caps, I think 150 on the top of the cap, basically hoping for $150, and that was like a sort of a holy grail, but even that's average now.
Yeah, well it is. I mean lots of lamb selling for north of 150. I think saw a line of lambs the other day just in our monthly update. A line of lambs sold for $236. So good prices, really good prices, but and I'd say the international market's driving that. It's not been driven by shortage internally. It's driven by international market that wants our lamb, and to be honest, also wants our beef and also our ground beef. So good demand internationally, and we hope that that's going to continue for some time.
Okay, so you've got some products now you want to suggest farmers get amongst, because they're very good deals.
Yeah, so certainly our Go products, which are for farmers wanting to finish cattle and lambs. They're a very good product, simple documentation to follow, easy to follow, and very, very good product for farmers to use to finishing stock. If they need those products, talk to their local agents. All of our agents are familiar with how they need to be used and familiar with filling them out. And for dairy farmers looking for bulls, we've got our deferrable product out there in the marketplace. Basically, buy your bulls now and pay for them when you're finished with them. So, two great products. Contact your agent; they have the information, and we've certainly got the ability to supply those products to our clients.